Wonderful. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. Just welcome. I'm so glad you're here. What I want you to do is just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And just settle in because you are supposed to be here with me today. And I'm so glad that you are. Today, we're talking about how to hear your ancestors daily. And that really is the key to unlocking your sacred second act. Now, many people will say to me, well, what do you mean by second act? What I mean by second act is many of us have careers that we did in the past and we want to do something new. We want to do something different. So that could mean a person who is in midlife and wants to trade in their corporate badge for a home business. That could mean someone who has recently been laid off or is no longer happy with the work that they're doing and they want to do something new and different. It may be a business that you were once in and now you want to do something different. It could be services that you were offering, but now you want to offer something that's more aligned. And for some people,
Oh,
it's leaving a
ooh,
legacy. It may be a person in retirement. It may be a person that
ooh,
still
hang
feels
on,
like they have something they want to offer the
buddy,
world.
hang on 1 sec.
And they're looking for that what? What is it? How do I do it? What is it that I feel most aligned with? What will bring me
There we
joy?
go.
And they want to leave that legacy project. And that is so exciting to me because those legacy projects can be things that we do to earn more money, but they can also be, sorry about that. They can also be things that we do to help ourselves to do something really beautiful for other people. We're just going to turn that off. We have a missing person in the area, and so they've been giving us updates about the missing person. Sorry about that. Okay. So really what the midlife and the second act and creating something new is all about is really creating something that you're more aligned with. And that's where the ancestors come in, and we'll talk about that today. For those who are new to me, I'm Dr. MoNique, the Ancestral Oracle and the creator of the Ancestrally Rooted Sovereignty System. For more than 25 years, 25 years, I've guided women leaders, healers, and creatives all over the world to heal ancestral stories, to tap in and activate that sacred blueprint, that medicine that the ancestors have passed down to you, to build a legacy and create something magical in the world. And now I've actually brought all of that work into the Ancestral Power Portal, where I help you and teach you how to connect with your ancestors on a daily basis for guidance and wisdom. And I'll share a little bit more about that later. What I've noticed by working with women all over the world is that many women who are really looking at this second act, looking at something different, wanting to create something different, they know there's something more. And you may be feeling this too. You know there's something more. You know you have gifts, skills, and you have this passion inside of you, but you don't know what it actually looks like or how to begin or who you're even here to serve and how you're here to serve. And that uncertainty sometimes feels like a wall. It feels like you're being blocked, but you're not blocked. You just don't know yet, and you just don't have the clarity, and your ancestors are waiting to give you that clarity because they hold the medicine that has been passed down in your lineage for generations, and they can help you gain that clarity. And I remember long ago being in that exact same place. I was working for a company that I absolutely did not love, but I was doing work that I enjoyed. But that really still didn't light me up. I needed something deeper. I knew deep down that I could take my skills, I could take the wisdom that I'd learned, I could take the medicine that my ancestors, and at that time I didn't know how deep the medicine was. I just knew that my grandmothers were intuitives and healers, and I knew and felt that there was a calling there. But I didn't know how to create a business that would bring me joy or help others or make an impact. I had no idea, but I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And not knowing what the business was, I didn't really have any direction, but I knew I just felt like
Come here.
I had to do something. And that's when I started working more and more with the ancestors and just learning more about what messages they had for me. I started working with my spirit guides. And after doing that work, the clarity about the what, the who, and how became so clear. Even though I worked with different people to help bring it out, and I talked to coaches and I did all kinds of things, it's when I really went in and started working with my ancestors that everything started to shift. Well, back in 1998, when I started, there were no business coaches for spiritual entrepreneurs. I had to figure this out on my own. I had to figure out how to bridge the practical business strategies with the spiritual messages that I was receiving. And because that was so confusing and struggling for me, I vowed that I would make sure that other people didn't have to do that. And now what we're seeing, there are more people who are bridging the two, which is exactly what I do, working with the ancestors, working with some practical strategies to help you create your lasting legacy project, to create thriving businesses, or to switch in a different kind of leadership if that's what you want to do. So combining these strategies and this ancestral wisdom, I've helped thousands of women across the globe really start these passion projects, launch businesses, create legacy projects. In fact, just last night, which is really exciting to me, and I don't think she's on right now, but maybe she'll pop in a little bit later. Just last night, I received an email from a past client inviting me to the table reading of her screenplay. And to my surprise, when I logged in, one of my favorite actors was playing the lead character in the table reading of her screenplay. And then the other one that I really love, I've loved, she comes from a family of actors. She was on there reading as well. And it was just so exciting to see these accomplished actors reading her screenplay and really giving it life. And then to hear them give her feedback on how to improve it from an actor's perspective was really exciting. And it was really, a joy to witness because I knew from the work that we did together that this was her dream. Her dream was to really focus and create this screenplay, and she's done it. She's created it, and now she's getting the support that she needs to help her begin to create a masterpiece. And the feedback that she received was really wonderful. It wasn't all, everything was great and wonderful. It was really good feedback, lots of ideas on how she can make her project even better. And that's what happens when we connect with the ancestors. We receive guidance and wisdom and ideas and the information that we need to help us create the things that we want to create in the world. And that's exactly what she did. And that's exactly what my clients do. So she's just one of many that I've seen really go on to create some powerful, powerful things in the world. Okay, so today let's talk a little bit about what I'll be going over today. Today, I'll share 3 keys to hearing your ancestors daily. And
Okay.
then we'll
Here you
do
go.
a ritual at the end
Yeah, here you go.
that will help you connect with your ancestors. And this is a ritual that
Whoa.
you can do over and over and over. If you want to learn more, I'll share an invitation to take this deeper, where you can begin to have that deeper connection with your ancestors as well. And at the end, I'll answer questions, and someone will be randomly selected to be in the Ancestral Power hot seat, which means that I will connect with one of your ancestors to get a message for you. Let's jump right in. 3 keys to hearing your ancestors daily. How many of you are connecting with your ancestors on a daily basis? Just put in the chat if you connect with your ancestors on a daily basis. Do you connect with them? Me, great. Okay. How many people? Yes. Wonderful. And if you don't connect with them on a daily basis, do you connect with them occasionally? How many people connect with their ancestors occasionally or call upon their ancestors occasionally? You can just type a yes in there for that as well, if you do. If you don't, that is perfectly okay because I'm giving you information today that will help you create and have that connection. Let's start with number one. Number one is create sacred stillness every day. Sacred stillness every day. Now, some might say, well, that's all? Yes, that is. We think that we have to do this deep work and we might have to go climb a mountain and sit on the edge of the mountain and meditate all day in order to have a connection with our guides, any of our guides. And we don't. Now, you can, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you'll get some very profound messages. But that isn't the only way. That isn't the only way to have the connection. So creating sacred stillness every day means all they need is space. Just 2 to 3 minutes of intentional stillness can open the channel. It looks like this. You wake up in the morning, you do your yawn, and you say, ancestors, what do you hold for me today? What is there for me to do today? Please guide me. Close your eyes and just sit in stillness for a moment. 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so you might have to go to the bathroom first and then come back and do it for those of us who get up and have to go. But you actually can just sit for that few minutes and just invite them in. Invite them to start the day with you, to begin the day with you, to begin walking with you, to begin guiding you throughout the day. And then as you're moving throughout your day, listen, look, notice the signs. And if you want to even wake up in the morning and you have something specific that you want to say or ask for, then you can do that as well. But just 2 to 3 minutes of stillness, intentional stillness, where you're just sitting still and you're just bringing it all in. You may receive messages during that time, or you may just feel a calmness that comes over you after you've created that moment of stillness. Number two, so that was number one, create sacred stillness every day. Begin with the ancestors who already love you. And I put this one in there. I often receive messages from people saying that they don't feel a connection to their ancestors, or maybe they were adopted and they don't know their ancestors, or for some people, they have a bad relationship with their ancestors. One of my friends recently told me that she just doesn't feel a connection with those that are blood-related ancestors, but she feels a connection with others that she, has come in contact with, like her in-laws. She feels a connection to her friend who passed away. She feels a connection to civil rights workers who have passed on and have become ancestors. She really felt a deep connection to those, but she never felt a connection or hasn't felt a connection to her blood ancestors. Well, that isn't where I would start working with her ancestors then. And that's what I told her. So she had kind of shied away from the work because she was concerned that she'd have to connect with these ancestors that she didn't feel a real deep, honest connection with. In fact, she felt there was a lot of pain there. Connection doesn't have to begin with painful family ties. Start with ancestors you admire, just like I shared with her, beloved friends who have passed, or an ancestress from generations back whose medicine flows through you. You may know of a great, great, great aunt, or you may have some information in your family lineage about someone that, is so many generations back that you've never met them. Or you may find someone in history that you just feel a connection to. One of my clients feels a deep connection to Harriet Tubman. I have another client that says there's a list of writers. She's a writer, and there's all these writers that she feels a connection with. And on her altar, we've put the books of these writers on the altar to ask for their support and help as she's writing her next book. You can connect with the ancestors that you feel most connected with. So if you were to connect with one of your ancestors today or an ancestor today, okay, so did Barbara mute her mic? Okay, let me mute the mic there. Okay, there we go. You can connect with one of your ancestors in any way with anyone. Who would you connect with? So just type in the chat, who would you connect with if you could connect with one of your ancestors, whether it is a blood-related ancestor or someone that you admire?
Battery 100%.
Granny Jean. Who else? Your maternal grandmother. Beautiful. Grandfather. Josephine Baker. Ah, nice. So that would be, I'm assuming anyway, I mean, that could very well be a relative, but I'm assuming that's somebody that you admire in history and you want to connect with them. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah, you can begin to connect with any ancestor that you feel a connection with, anyone that you just feel has wisdom and guidance that you would like to bring into your daily life. Beautiful. Okay. Number one, create sacred stillness every day. Number two, begin with ancestors who already love you. Ancestors who already love you. And those ancestors don't have to be, as I said, blood relatives. Now, how do you know they love you? You don't have a negative feeling about them. You don't have a negative reaction. You don't have feelings of pain associated with them. That's how you know that there's probably some beauty and some love in there. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have anger towards an ancestor that they don't love you, but we're talking about you making this connection. Now, if we were working together and we were making that connection, then I would be able to identify who are the ancestors that are ready to work with you, who love you, who are ready to guide you, and who are the ancestors that need additional healing work in order for them to be a part of your ancestral council. So let's go to number three. Number three, build a daily rhythm. Build a daily rhythm. And I just want to make sure that everybody mutes themselves. So if you're not on mute, please make sure that you put yourself on mute. Build a daily rhythm, okay? So clarity comes through consistency. Think about any relationship that you are in. Consistency is the key. Now, consistency doesn't necessarily mean that it's every minute of the day, but you are consistently working with your ancestors, engaging with your ancestors. It's like meeting someone for the first time and being involved with someone for the first time. You become friends, and there's some consistency in there as you're building the relationship. And we see this often in romantic relationships that are new. There's some consistency. There's conversations, they're spending time together that begins to happen as you're developing that relationship. That's the same thing that needs to happen when you're connecting with your ancestors. Making sure that you pick a time daily to have that connection. That connection can be something that you do for an hour, a half an hour. It can be something that you do for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It could be that morning stillness. Whatever it is, it's consistent. And if you want to really get into the advanced connection, I'll share a little tip with you. It is easier to have that connection with your ancestors if you select a time a day and kind of be consistent. Now, I don't mean that same hour every day, but if you find that connecting in the morning is the time that you want to connect with them daily in the morning. If it's in the evening or at night, then do it. Doesn't mean that that's the only time, but if you make that your consistent time, if you set that as your date with the ancestors, it'll help them to know when the best time is to have a connection with you. So that daily connection, it really changes everything. That's when you stop second guessing and you start living with certainty and courage, because you now know that that's when you're starting to get those answers. Okay, so let's go back. 1, create sacred stillness every day. Take a moment to just be quiet and allow your ancestors to come through. Number 2, begin with the ancestors who already love you. Don't worry about those ancestors that you may have had some negative energy with, or ancestors that you knew and maybe it wasn't a good relationship, or family members that you just don't feel a real connection to. Don't worry about that. Connect with the ones who love you. Number 3, build a daily rhythm, making sure you're doing some type of consistent connection daily. And it can change from day to day. It can be 2 minutes, it can be 2 hours. It really is up to you, depending on the amount of time that you have. It can be throughout the day, but at least one of those is consistently around the same time each day. Now, this is exactly what I help people create in the Ancestral Power Portal, to give you that real daily rhythm so that you can begin to connect with the ancestors. Every morning, you'll receive a wisdom note that will help you deepen your connection, and a short ritual that keeps you connected to your ancestors' voices. And now what I want to do is I'm going to just take a look and make sure that I don't have any questions here. I remember you talking to me about that. Beautiful. Nice. Okay. I want to do a ritual with you to help you make this connection. If you are in a space where you can close your eyes, then do it. If you're not and you're not in a safe place, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll be able to go back and do this later. Okay, so we're going to do a guided ritual. I want you to just close your eyes and just be relaxed for a moment. Just be at peace. Relax yourself. And then close your eyes and place your hand over your heart and take a slow, deep breath. Take another deep breath. And this time, just allow your body to flow. And be at peace and be relaxed. And then whisper to yourself, ancestors, rise within me. Help me hear your wisdom. Reveal the medicine you saved for this chapter of my life. Ancestors, I'm open to receiving your guidance. Reveal the wisdom you saved for this chapter of my life. Ancestors, ancestresses, surround me with your love. Surround me with your support. Allow this gift that shines inside of me to reach every person, every place that it needs to be. And now, as you sit in this space, feel yourself being lifted gently off the ground And you're peacefully gliding into a beautiful meadow where your ancestors have gathered. And you gently flow and glide. And now you land gently in the center of the circle of ancestors that is here to work with you. And as you sit in that circle, you see smiles of joy, pride, love. Each of these ancestors gathered in this circle knows what the ancestral medicine is that runs in your blood and bones. And they are calling it forward. Just feel them pour energy into you to bring these gifts to the surface. One of the ancestors steps forward. The ancestor has a gift for you. Receive the gift now. This ancestor wants you to take this gift and place it on your altar. And next to this gift, place one area of your life or one thing that you need support with or need guidance for. So receive the gift, notice it, look at it, acknowledge it. What is it? Thank your ancestors for sharing this gift with you. Sit for a moment and take in any words, thoughts, ideas. Notice any colors, any symbols that you still are receiving as you sit in the circle of your ancestors, taking this all in. Now thank your ancestors for sharing this moment with you. Take any symbols, phrases, ideas, guidance, sensations that you've experienced in this circle. Bring them with you along with your gift and allow yourself to gently glide back to the present moment. And then take a deep breath and release. What gift did your ancestors share with you, or what did you see as you were in the circle of your ancestors? What did you feel? What did you see? Take a moment to just pop that into the chat. And if you didn't feel or see or experience anything, that's okay too. What I'll share with you is that ancestors connect with us at different times. So you may not have seen it this time. You may not have felt it this time, but that doesn't mean that you won't experience something throughout the day. So just allow yourself to continue to receive that energy. What did you see? What did you experience? What was your gift? They were singing, dancing, drumming around me. Yeah, endurance, strength, patience. Nice. Book with a star on it. It's my book. Ah, okay. It's your book. Beautiful. Yeah, wonderful. Feather, peace, support, unconditional love, resilience. Great words as well. Yeah. I love that. Well, what I want you to do is take either those words. This is one way that you can, I didn't see that box covered in purple. I didn't see. Okay. Okay, but I didn't see, but box covered in purple. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. What I want you to do is take your words or take an take a picture or create an image or something like, for instance, if your ancestors gave you or showed you a crystal, then try to find that crystal similar to that and place it on your altar. And then after you place this on your altar, once again, just write something that you need support with. What do you need support with? What guidance do you need? What healing do you need? What is it that you're wanting support with? And then ask the ancestors for this help and put it right next to whatever these words were, or the symbol was, or the gift was that you received from the ancestors. What does this do? What it does is it you are acknowledging that you're hearing them. You are acknowledging that you're open to receiving guidance and support from them. You're acknowledging that they exist and that they're there for you, right? And like, for instance, you saw a box covered in purple. We'll see if you can find a purple box somewhere. And if you can't find one, then just draw one or find one online and then place it on the altar. And then right next to it, just write what it is that you're needing support with. And then leave it. Light a candle is usually helpful as well. The candle is the light that guides them to you. Light a candle for a moment each morning or at night or during the day. And it doesn't have to stay lit all day. You can actually just light it and let it stay for a minute or two. But this is a way that you can begin to connect with your ancestors in a way that it will help you start to receive information from them. Beautiful. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about the invitation to the Ancestral Power Portal real quick, and then I'll open the line for questions. And this is only for people who really know that they want to go deeper and they want to have a deeper connection with their ancestors. This doesn't mean that you'll become a medium right away. This means that you start the connection. Every one of us can connect with our ancestors. Not everybody is a medium, but everybody can connect with their ancestors. There's nothing stopping you or blocking you from making that connection. It's just about knowing how and having the actual strategy, steps, and guidance to do so. And the Ancestral Power Portal is where this practice becomes a real daily rhythm. So inside you receive daily wisdom notes from the ancestors. And these are notes that I actually channel from the ancestors. I write the names of everyone that's in the portal, so everybody who's registered and signs up. And I ask the ancestors, what is the collective message that you have for the people that are in the portal that need to hear these messages and that need support? So daily wisdom notes from your ancestors. And you'll get quick rituals that you can do to keep you rooted in clarity and courage. And these rituals can be things that you can actually create longer rituals from, or something very short and easy that you can do without adding something into your life that creates more time, that you have to dedicate to. This isn't really another course. This is not a course. This is about an initiation and creating connection. And then you'll receive guidance you can carry into your leadership, healing, or creative practice. This guidance that you receive, I'm keeping the group relatively small so that I can provide guidance to everyone that's in the group. Everyone will walk away knowing at least one of their wisdom keepers, which we'll talk about wisdom keepers next time. One of the wisdom keepers that's here to work with you right now. The wisdom keepers are the ones that are the keepers of the wisdom of your family lineage. And these wisdom keepers have medicine that they carry with them that is most aligned with where you are in your life right now and what you need in order to create the things that you want to create in your life. we'll talk a little bit more about wisdom keepers next week, actually. Next Wednesday, we'll meet again. The open enrollment is now, and the founder's price is $333 to join. It's a 21-day program. You'll have access to all of the recordings, all of the daily practices, all of the rituals. You'll have all of that in your portal, and you'll have access to that for 90 days after the 21 days is over. And then if you decide you want to have access to the material after that, there'll be some options for you to do that. But you'll have 90 days included in your initial price. Now, this is the founder's fee because this is a program that is somewhat new. I'm bringing a lot of what I've been teaching and working with my clients on into this actual program and putting it all together. This might be the last time that I do it fully live. And so you're getting an opportunity to experience it live if you're a part of the Ancestral Power Portal, this cohort, this round. We do live sessions. I do 3 live sessions, and then everything else is available to you in the portal. If you miss the session, it'll be available in the portal. And what's really cool is the portal is available to you online through your computer or on an app that you can download onto your phone, making it easy for you to have access right there, where you can listen and see everything right from your phone. So you're not blocked, you're being called, you're being initiated, you're being invited to connect. If you've even been feeling a little blocked, that's your ancestors sending you a message saying, we have medicine for you. We have information for you, and we have ways that we can help you. They're already speaking to you. The question is, will you listen daily and let them guide you into your really powerful sacred second act? So I invite you to step into the Ancestral Portal today. We begin October 1st. However, the minute you step in, there's some goodies in there for you, some things that you can begin to do to get started. And I begin every week as people's names are being added to the portal. I'm adding you to my altar, and I'm already starting to do the healings to begin to release some of the ancestral stories that may be preventing you from fully stepping into your powerful next act. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking this journey with me today. Thank you for being a part of the Ancestrally Rooted community. I'm so excited that you're here. I am going to open it up for comments and for questions. Now, these questions are not me connecting directly with your ancestors, but there can be questions that you may have about ancestral connection or some of the things that you're unclear about or questions about the ancestors, period. You're welcome to ask those questions, and then I'll select someone that will get a little bit more in-depth information about their ancestors. Okay. So let's see. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you have a question and you want to be unmuted, then please feel free to raise your hand. Both, you can raise your hand, or you can actually raise your hand by clicking on the reactions there. Raise your hand if you have a question. Or you can drop your question in the chat too. Oh, somebody's raising their hand. Okay, I'm not. Davina, yes. You can.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I am blessed.
Wonderful.
One of the things I do energy work,
Mhm.
and I was told that there is like I don't know if it's a portal, but on the back of the neck, when you touch it, there's it connects with your ancestors. Have you heard of that?
I have not heard of that directly, but I could see where there could be a connection. because there is a lot of energy that we hold in our neck, right? And by massaging the neck, it releases that energy. And if the energy is blocked, then I could see by rubbing that energy and releasing it how that wisdom can flow down. Have you tried anything around touching your neck and connecting with your ancestors? How has that worked for you? Because what I'll say first before you answer that is that our ancestors connect with us in different ways. And for some people, they can hear them. For some people, they feel them. For some, they see them. For some, they all of that, right? And maybe your way of connecting is through touch and feel. But have you tried it?
Well, she didn't really give me a method.
Okay.
It's just like just putting your palm of your hand on the back of your neck and just breathing. And I feel different. I feel definitely more clarity. And I get downloads. So now it's like, okay, are those the ancestresses? My mind is always like asking so many questions, but to me, I know it's for that. What did you say? Clarity and clarity and consistency. I love that.
Mhm.
So I'm super
Yeah.
excited. I know I'm already enrolled, and I
You
saw this
are.
email. I said, "Oh, I got time. Let me get on this call." So this is fabulous.
Yes, I'm glad that you're here and welcome to the Ancestral Power Portal. I am so happy that you're in the portal. Your name has already been placed on the altar and we're already doing some work.
And I can feel it. They're helping with my grandson. He should be coming home today.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is what I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, well, we'll keep sending him lots of beautiful energy so that he begins to just acclimate himself to being at home where he
Yeah.
belongs, surrounded
Yeah.
by people who love him. That's
Hmm.
beautiful. Thank you. Well, I want to know, I want to hear you, what happens when you try working with your neck. And basically what I'm getting for you is it's more massaging the neck, right? And
Okay.
what I'm getting is do it before you go to bed. So massage your neck before you go to bed and then ask for connection while you're sleeping. Ask them to come to you while you're sleeping because you have so many things that are going on in your life right now that hearing them when you're awake may be a little more difficult than hearing them and receiving their guidance when you're asleep.
Yes, that
Practice
resonates with
that.
me.
Yeah, practice that. And then when we're in the portal, let me know how it worked. Or
Okay.
if you come and join us next week, then just let me know how it worked.
Okay. Yeah,
Great.
thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm wondering about ancestors and reincarnation. If the ancestor has passed on but reincarnated into another life experience, can you provide some info or clarity how the connection may work? Thank you. Great question, Kim. Yes, there is reincarnation. Our ancestors remain in spirit form, but their souls can reincarnate. And you may have an ancestor's soul who is reincarnated and is walking the earth, but their spirit is in the spirit world. So there's a difference in the connection. There's the soul that's walking the earth, there's the spirit that's in the spirit world that is there guiding, supporting, and is a spirit guide for you. You can connect with that spirit guide. You may not necessarily connect directly with that soul, or you might, right? You may know them. I mean, you may feel like, I mean, how many of us have family members where we're like, oh my goodness, you act just like great grandpa, right? Or you see an image of them and you're like, oh my goodness, they look just like, great great grandmother. You may connect with them soul to soul, but when you're connecting with the ancestors and the work that we're talking about, you're connecting to the spirit part of the ancestors. I hope that explains it for you. and that's clear. If you have any more questions around that, let me know. Okay, when I was in the circle with my ancestors, my sinuses cleared. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, now you know that when you are having sinus problems, maybe that is a sign to you to connect with your ancestors. Because often what happens is we feel the ancestors, we connect with them in different ways. And in your case, it sounds like maybe body sensations are one of the ways that they're sending signals to you that they want to connect with you. And what a beautiful message of clearing and releasing that the ancestors sent to you when you were sitting in the circle. That's beautiful. Work with that. When you're starting to feel any part of your body that's congested, it could be your sinuses, but maybe your neck is bothering you and there's some congested energy, or you're having a little pain in your knee or your foot. Could be some congested energy. Take a moment to go into the circle, right? Go into the circle and connect with your ancestors again. And that could very well help you with your connection. Wonderful. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, let's see. So I don't see any more hands raised, but what I'd like to do now is if you want to be selected for a hot seat, I want you to raise your hand. Beautiful. And raising your hand and being selected, and you can actually raise your hand in the chat if you're not sure where to raise your hand on the screen or you're on your phone or something, and you can just type in the chat me or hand raised, right? You can put that in there. And then I'm going to just close my eyes and okay, what's a hot seat? Good question. Okay, so the hot seat, and I don't know, maybe we shouldn't even call it a hot seat because it's not hot, right? Your buns won't be hot. But what the hot seat is me receiving message from your ancestors that they want you to hear today. And you may even have a question that you need answered or support with, and the ancestors will answer. Okay, yes, me. Okay, perfect. Okay, so it looks like we have 5 people that are saying me. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to just move my cursor around, ask the ancestors to drop it where it's supposed to drop. I have 2 screens and it went over to the other screen, so that doesn't help. Okay, let's do this again. Soul Music, you are our hot seat winner for today. Okay, I'll have you unmute and then tell me if there's something that you specifically want to hear about. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
I know it's been a while, but still in the healing phase of what I had to go through with this eye surgery.
Yes.
Um, I guess the going just back a little bit when I was had my eyes closed and was in the atmosphere of the ancestors and how they were. It's like I seen them all, and they have like I have a picture, not of them, but like a group of people that surrounded me, and that they have this glowing ball that they just are handing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing, and everybody else is kind of like, they're there, but they're in silence, and they're watching me accept this.
Mm.
And what's amazing about that is I don't know, I don't exactly know, but I know I am confident that it'll be revealed. So, and it's probably already being revealed now because it's like I hear these tunes, and I'm constantly trying to get at them, even though it's kind of hard to see them, when you're doing editing and stuff like that. But it's still like I'm fighting to get there.
Okay.
And but I guess my my ultimate question is, what is it something that they want me to carry forth that they weren't able to do?
Okay. Let's ask. So that's a big question, and I'll tell you right away, yes.
Mhm.
Right? Yes. But let's see if they really, when you were talking about that ball that they gave you, it was the passing of this energy and a reminder that you actually have it and that you will begin to feel it and experience it and see it. It was also a message to you about healing and patience and knowing that the healing that you need is coming forward. And you probably have already been experiencing that anyway, right? With
Yes,
your eyesight is getting much better.
yes, yes, yes. Very much so. And then also it's like it was for me having that surgery was more about them uh, having me to be still so I can take in the information.
Mhm.
And
It's a way for you to increase your other senses,
yes,
okay?
yes,
And increasing your senses and your ability to connect with them on a
mhm,
deeper level. Your
yes,
connection is through your music
okay,
and continue to create that way. It
definitely,
doesn't necessarily have to be music that's ever even produced or heard by other people right
right,
now. It is your point of connection. And the more you create, the deeper that connection becomes with them. One of your wisdom keepers is a creative. And that wisdom keeper is saying that there is more creativity that is within you that is coming forward. But right now, the things that you're creating are connections. You're creating connections through your music to them. And as you deepen that connection, then it expands into something totally different and new. And
right,
this is something new for you because you've been creating music and you've been sharing it with other people, which is powerful. And now it's creating for you to have a deeper connection with them. And then you'll start creating your music is absolutely going to shift and change. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be deeper and it will take people on a deeper journey. But
wonderful,
to establish that and to begin that, you begin right now by creating music that creates a deeper connection with your ancestors. One of the things that you can do is create something and then you listen to it every night. They're saying to me 5 days. Create something that just seems like it's for you and it feels sacred to you. They're telling me do not be a perfectionist on this. Do not be a perfectionist. Don't feel like you have to keep figuring it out and redoing it. Create something. This is not for other people. This is for you. This is for them. Create it. Listen to it every night before you go to bed for 5 days. And then go back and create something else. And the more you do this, the more you're going to see your creativity expand, and the more you're going to connect with that wisdom keeper that holds the creative wisdom and the creative medicine that flows in your family lineage. So that's their message for you to get started.
beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. You are welcome, and we'll be in touch again soon too.
Definitely.
Okay,
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
perfect. Okay. Well, I want to thank you again. We will meet again next Wednesday, same time. Actually, it'll even be the same link, but I will send you a link to remind you and a message to remind you. We'll do the same thing again. We'll have the ancestral hot seat and a ritual that you can do to help you connect with your ancestors. So once again, I want to thank you for being here. And I just want to say thank you to the ancestors and all of our spiritual teachers, all of our spirit guides, and all of the wise ones, and to the Creator for supporting us with this connection and for holding space for each of us to continue to create something beautiful and magical in our lives that helps others and helps us. In full faith, so be it. Thank you again, and we'll be together again soon. Have a good night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy, connect with your ancestors, and know that they are always with you, supporting you and guiding you. Bye for now.